YouTube. Okay. So the last video I've watched on this, I said before I was confused on what was going on. And I feel like if Lo made a video on it, I don't think he's gonna just. I think he's gonna give it enough breakdown and understand. The last guy who was watching, he was weird. I can't remember everything he said, but it sounded like more personal shit of his personal opinion, not the logic or whatever. But I feel like Lo will give an honest, straightforward opinion. And I feel like he'll break down better what I was looking at.
I wasn't going to touch on this topic because I feel like there's
look at what I'm trying to understand.
However, bro, the way that everyone has been talking about this conversation over the last week has been disgusting. Straight disgusting. It makes absolutely no sense. Now, for those who may not be aware, there is a nasty lawsuit right now that's being filed against FS1. And in this lawsuit,
I know that one.
Some familiar faces such as Joy Taylor, Emmanuel Acho, and Skip Bayless.
Okay,
The premise of this lawsuit is that during a hairdresser's time being employed by FS1, effectively there was a lot of toxic behavior, and that toxic behavior in the workplace basically stretched from not being properly compensated all the way to a lot of inappropriate touching and some relationships that should not have been had amongst some of the people in the lawsuit and in the company as well. So that's the crux of it, and the reason why I'm being pretty vague is because the video just started, and if I say certain words, then I'm immediately going to get demonetized and packed up. Now, like I said before, the reason why I held off on this video and really and truly wasn't even planning on uploading this video is because I have learned within my time being on the internet to kind of just pause for a second and bring in as much information as possible.
You see?
I feel as if like
that's why the last video, I was just I was just trying to get information on what's going on, but everybody just giving, oh, he's wrong. I was like, okay, what did he do? I didn't even understand it completely. Like this is exactly why I say Lo have me understanding what's going on better.
Over the last week, discourse around
and information's coming out
has been completely lost, and a lot of the energy that has been focused on certain people is not just unwarranted, but quite frankly, I can tell that many people just have not read this lawsuit in any totality or any form whatsoever. Many
I haven't.
In their spark notes and forming opinions about what occurred in this lawsuit instead of
shouts out to Lo. Like I said, when I saw him make this upload, I said yes. I'm gonna watch. I wanted to watch it right there so I can understand it. I said no. I'm gonna save it, do my reaction, because I know that he's gonna give an actual, honest, what's the word? Review, comparison. I don't know, but the man ain't gonna do no bullshit and
actually
just chat.
reading it itself. So
and
what
he did
exactly
the
do
reading
you
for
need to
me.
know? What are my thoughts about it? And just some of the more disgusting things that happened throughout this lawsuit. First is the inappropriate relationship that were happening at FS1 that more or less consisted of a lot of hosts and hairdressers and just a lot of other on-air talent. And then, unfortunately, the other aspect of it is that this inappropriate relationship started to extend all the way up to higher executives. And that's where Charlie's name gets brought up in this conversation. Now, where exactly do some of the familiar faces come into play with this lawsuit? Well, essentially, there is a toxic environment that has just filled with a bunch of sexual nature and bad habits where it is being led by some of the head execs such as Charlie Dixon that then trickles down to someone like Skip Bayless, who also has a lot of power amongst a lot of things that are going on at FS1, to the point where not only is he going around doing inappropriate things such as allegedly touching women inappropriately, sending very inappropriate text messages, and also offering $1.5 million to sleep with Ms. Ferrugi, who is the one who is levying this lawsuit, which, you know,
I don't know, 1.5 what a kitty ever. I feel like that's a bullshit number personally. I know that part. 1.5 million. Okay, I feel like that part right there. I feel like she pushing that part there. It's like, all right, I said he ain't offering no money now, but 1.5. I gotta see this chick.
1.5 million. That's a lot of money, dog. It's a lot of money. And then all of that more or less trickles down to the lesser talent or the lower talent that may not have that much power at FS1, where a lot of them are consensually participating in a lot of this activity, such as Emmanuel Acho and Joy Taylor. However, probably the biggest headline here is that Joy Taylor, though she consensually participated in this, but she was willing to redact her consent in terms of the relationships that she had with Charlie Dixon if it deemed necessary to make sure that she can continue to have some level of power in the dynamics with.
Oh, that's not angry. Mrs. Taylor told her not to worry about it. She explained that she was also now powerful, and once Mr. Dixon was no longer useful to her, she would she would follow through on her plan to tell the company that he forced himself. Oh, bro. Okay. Let me. All right. So this. Nah, she's a bitch. This bitch. I know I used to like her when Skip and Shannon and used to. I know. So this bitch was going to lie and say, he grape her. Damn near. When she was with, hey, bitches ain't shit, bro. Bitches man, and shit like this she need to be charged. No, man. Because if she went out and said that shit publicly, that nigga would be crucified. That nigga would have been fired. All type of shit. But the minute you don't see him useful anymore, you're no longer once Mr. Dixon was no longer useful to her, she was going to follow through on her plan to tell the company that he forced himself onto her. When you gave him
which is pretty crazy. However, with that being said, how exactly all of this is being reported is crazy to me, because I feel like there's a lot of people who are just missing the mark when it comes to how this is being reported. On one hand, you have a bunch of people, in particular women, I'm gonna just straight out say it, women who are sitting here who are, again, albeit sitting here saying that, hey man, this isn't fair, we don't know if it's true or not, but then also coming to the defense of Joy Taylor in incidences that really don't make any sense at all.
Issue number two is that we're just going to completely negate her experience, the fact that she is more than qualified to be in this role. And when you look at this lawsuit and you comb through it, at face value, they paint her as a bartender who had little experience, who was had experience in radio and was not qualified for Fox Sports, and she was working as a fill-in anchor and a
And remember, all of this is alleged. All of this is alleged. Nothing's final. It's alleged.
Bartender at the same time. And that's where I get really frustrated with people on social media who are trying to come for this woman's experience and credibility to be considered for this role.
Like focusing on something as trivial as, well, technically speaking, she actually does have a lot of experience, so y'all don't know what y'all really talking about, which doesn't make any sense to me either.
Not the part where allegedly she planned on pinning false allegations on the man. Allegedly.
Because it not only contradicts quite literally everything I've ever heard from many women in the space about how long it would ever take for someone like Joy Taylor to get a position like that, which, as a sidebar for those who do not know, because everyone is being real vague with the history that Joy Taylor has or the experience that she had before she got at FS1. So just in case you all do not know, when people out there tell you that, oh my God, Joy Taylor, she has this extensive history in radio. She had 3 years in radio, all of which was not even on-air talent. She only spent part of it as a co-host to someone else, while on the side she was doing some online hosting. That's really it. And then when people tell you that she did some fill-in work over at FS1 when certain talents decided to call out or just wasn't available on vacation, she did do that, but that lasted all but for 6 months. That's it, six months. Joy Taylor was able to receive one of the most prestigious, well sought after jobs by many female talent in
the way I'm going to contradict, that's Wikipedia. I don't trust Wikipedia for research information that well. So I'm going to take that one with a little grain of salt personally.
In the entire space by hosting one of the flagship shows on one of the biggest networks out there with 2 superstars in Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. If you are going to sit here and tell me that it wouldn't be fair that someone couldn't raise their eyebrows at only 3.5 years of experience, of which only 6 months of it is on television experience, if you're telling me that it's not okay to like raise your eyebrow like that, then you're being very, very disingenuous. To put this into context, there are several other women who have very similar jobs throughout the course of their careers, and it took them years, way longer, and much more experience on television to get to that point in their careers. Carrie Champion, ex-host of First Take, bro, she was in the industry since 2002 and didn't get her opportunity at ESPN until 2012. Jenna Wolf, the ex-host at FS1 on First Things First, she had been in a space since 1996. Same thing can be said about Rachel Nicholson, 1996. That's how long she had been in space. Jen Haley has been working in the space since 2009. Jenna Taft has been in the space since 2011. Even someone like Taylor Rooks, I'm pretty sure many of you all are familiar with Taylor Rooks. Bro, Taylor Rooks is just now receiving the opportunity to host a show over, I believe, at Amazon this upcoming NBA season, because they're about to shift over to Amazon and NBC. Bro, she has been in the space since 2012. She has been reporting since 2012. It's been over 10 years. So yes, when someone only has 3.5 years in the industry,
and she's still a rookie compared to everybody else.
Any form of television, yes, people are going to raise
the
question of like how the fuck did that happen? Furthermore, what's probably even more concerning, really for everyone, is how well documented a lot of these things are, because many of these things are very easy. I do mean very, very easily can be verified and confirmed, especially when it comes to a lot of the text messages that were sent back and forth between the Miss Ferrucci and Skip Bayless, because they were straight up quoting some of those things. So that's another thing where it's like that's something that could easily be confirmed. But more importantly, the fact that both Marcellus Wiley and Jason Whitlock, as much as many of you all don't like him, and I thoroughly understand, but the fact that both of them have come out, effectively confirmed a lot of this behavior was going on even when they were working there, especially because a lot of the culture at FS1 has been consistent with a lot of the things that they have told over the last week as well. And so the fact that people are still tiptoeing around this, to me, is crazy.
Just in the interest of transparency and just me keeping it real, when I was at Fox Sports, everybody, I don't know if this is factual, but I know what everybody thought. Everybody, these stories that Nushin's talking about in this lawsuit, they were widespread and prevalent in 2016. Everybody across Fox Sports thought and gossiped about Joy Taylor and Charlie Dixon.
This lawsuit brought a lot of things home for me that I never thought of. So for you, the thing you didn't know was that Acho and Joy were plotting for our show. I did know that.
And speaking about Jason Whitlock, the rant that he went on about Joy Taylor, peanut butter skin, and her cans, I think he called them cans or knockers or whatever the hell this name called them.
Know what I'm capable of. And that big rack of hers that she showed off constantly.
Yo.
It's just, and that peanut butter skin with that big rack.
Those comments were very inappropriate. I understand that. Some of which were still pretty funny. People are missing the point there. The point isn't that Jason Whitlock, oh, how dare you, you fat fuck, you're not that guy. That's what Cam was saying. You're not that guy. You didn't have to push nobody away, you fat ass. Oh my goodness, Joy Taylor wouldn't dare have sex with you. You're missing the point.
Hey,
Whitlock.
Hey, my guy. No, you're not my guy. Guy.
I saw that clip. Yeah.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not. That big rack of hers, that's inappropriate. That butter skin, that's inappropriate. Like, bro, you're not that guy. So to comment on something like this, bro, stay in your lane. Whether Joy did what she did, the accusations are true or not, stay in your lane, Jason. Like, all right, let's put it like this, since we want to get personal. Like, yo, who you fucking? Who you sleeping with?
What she look like?
Bring her to the forefront.
Allegations isn't that Joy Taylor is running around having sex with men that she finds attractive. She's having sex with men to gain leverage and power of the situation. And the fact that at that point in time in which she came along, Jason Whitlock,
and niggas so fucking brain dead, they don't even realize that, bro, that's an issue. You're worrying about who he fucking.
had his own show, it would make even worse sense. If anything, Jason Whitlock would be that guy. He would be the exact guy that she would go after and have sex with. If you perceive Jason Whitlock as this fat slob that ain't never had no piece of pussy a day in his life, that would be the exact type of nigga that would be easily manipulated with some peanut butter skin being thrown right at his lap. But the second and probably more important aspect of the whole conversation that was centered around Jason Whitlock and a lot of things that he said was way more with the fact that this has happened before. Jamie Hortzwith, I think that was his name, I can't remember, but there was another executive, FS1, who lost his job due to very similar behavior. And Jason Whitlock, throughout his rant, throughout his live stream, he not only confirmed, but he specifically was able to recollect a moment where another woman came to him crying about some of the misbehaviors that was happening on at FS1, and that was utilized to pack this nigga the fuck up.
Charlie Dixon was the number 2 to Jamie Horowitz, and Jamie Horowitz was someone who got fired for sexual harassment over something that I'm very intimately aware of. And when there was a piece on that chessboard that came to me crying on my shoulder about problems they were having with Jamie Horowitz, I let them cry on my shoulder. Hey, I'll support you. Whatever it is you want to do. And I didn't tell them what to do, but I certainly let them cry on my shoulder. And I certainly gave them the confidence to eventually air out their problems. And it cost Jamie Horowitz his job.
So the fact that it has been confirmed that a lot of this stuff is just reruns at this point, it's been pretty consistent at FS1. I mean, the misbehaviors, the sexual misconduct, that has been consistent at FS1. So I have no idea why so many people are still beating around the bush with a lot of this stuff. I get it.
That fucking Mouse up in Disney World must be pissed. Disney must have said, why the F we bought this shit? This shithole of groping, sexual harassment, all the shit we pay billions of dollars to get ourselves into. Oh Lord, y'all pissed the mouse off, and that mouse don't F around with nothing of that. Look, they fired Johnny Depp for getting false allegations put on him.
You want to be, you want to be correct, and you want to make sure you're on legal grounding. And I understand you don't have to sit here and say that you're guilty. You don't have to say that. This form of denial about how any of this stuff could occur to me is crazy when we already see that there's been a history of this at Fox anyway. Shannon Sharp coming out and saying, well, my name wasn't in there. My name ain't one in there. It ain't in there. Nigga, this is not a moment to have an I told you so. This is not an I told you so moment. I don't know what you're doing right now. This is not an I told you so moment. You need to shut the fuck up, bro. Stephen A. Smith having, I believe her name is Tori Cooper on there, and they going back and forth about, I just think it's so unfair how people are talking about Joy Taylor. To a degree, I understand where you're coming from, because way more energy should be given towards Charlie Dixon, if anyone else, and I'll talk about that later on. But at the end of the day, bro, y'all are defending who? What's the point of defending anyone? If you don't know the information, move on. For both of you all to have been in the industry as long as you've been in there, to act as if any of this stuff is so far-fetched that it wouldn't raise any eyebrows, especially when you know a bit more information about how long it normally takes women to receive those type of opportunities.
And Shannon Sharp, fairness, he was trying to be quiet, but they asked him a question, and that's the response he gave. So he did kept his mouth quiet.
The type of environment that has happened in places such as ESPN and Fox, and the fact that a lot of people have now confirmed these activities have occurred. What are you defending at this point? You're telling me that there are several other incidences where these misbehaviors were reported? Bro, it seems as if there's going to be a lot of evidence coming out. That's the reason why I wasn't going to make this video, but that's also the reason why I'm not going to sit here and quickly come to the defense of anyone. Bro, there's no need to. If this stuff is true, not only does Joy like a complete blazing hypocrite, I mean, the amount of things that she said about how hard it is for a woman to get up here, Emmanuel Acho in the car talking about a woman, a black woman. Oh man, do you know how hard it is to get that opportunity? Nigga, shut the fuck up, bro. All that stuff, get out of here. Pack that out of here. But also, to me, the more damning part about it isn't just that Joy Taylor used her body, go up in the rankings, having sex with a bunch of men to get where she's at right now, because let's just call a spade a spade. That's happened before. It's not like this is anything new. My nigga, I saw that when I was working at Walmart. So I mean, that ain't breaking news if it has occurred. But to me, what's even more damning is not even the taking away of consent, because I'm gonna be honest with you all. A lot of you men are like, look at Joy Taylor. She took away consent, and now the man about to lose his job. Who gives a fuck? It's Charlie Dixon. If you believe everything that happened in this lawsuit, bro, Charlie Dixon is not the one to run to the defense of, because in this lawsuit, it's alluded that other women decline the advances and they end up losing their jobs because of it. If he gets fucked up because he just...
Okay, I didn't know that part when I was making all that noise the first time. Pardon I, Lord.
Decided to put himself at jeopardy in his career by sleeping with Joy Taylor, and then lost the leverage and the power dynamic in that back and forth because he just wanted to be nasty and do whatever he wanted to do. I personally don't give a damn. I don't care. But where, in my opinion, Joy Taylor really messed up is when you have someone who was innocent, who wasn't trying to participate in any of this, come to you and tell you, hey, this is going on, and I don't feel comfortable with any of this. And she tells her, well, get over it. Get over it. Get over it. You could have utilized that opportunity to put yourself in a position for not only for yourself, but also Ms. Ferrucci. But my overall thoughts of this is the fact that this stuff still exists is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And coming from my framework as an independent creator who has been creating content for 10 years, crazy to me, not only does it still exist, but the fact that I know so many independent content creators on this platform who basically do a lot of people's jobs at these networks at a way lesser price, but yet can produce very similar outputs in terms of like social media influence and just all around clicks that a lot of people have online, but we do it at a fraction of the price, a fraction of the personnel that surrounds these people. Like, I ain't got my hair cut right now. I look kind of messed up, so I ain't got no hairdresser, so I don't look that presentable, I guess, to you. But I'm assuming.
Nah, Lowe's saying some real shit. I need wardrobe. I need wardrobe. Do you really need wardrobe? It is what it is. I thought of something. Slipped my memory.
Most of you all don't give a damn anyway because y'all rather come here for facts, information, and the truth. Not me looking all.
Nah, also real shit.
And the fact that you have competent people in the online space that has produced content at a very high level consistently over an extended period of time, and these people are still not given the adequate opportunities, and we get to sit here and see, allegedly, someone sleeping their way up to the top. We get to sit here and see other misdevious...
Boy, I remember what I was about to say. Miss Ferrucci! Oh, you're gonna be a rich stylist. My God. You're going after the mouse. My God. Miss Ferrucci, you're gonna get paid. You're gonna get paid. He offer you 1.5 million? Baby, you could pay Skip Bayless after the lawsuit you about to win. 1.5? Boy, from the minute he made that 1.5, I just say no thank you, baby. I gonna make more of that off of your stupid old ass. 1.5? Oh shit. You better bring up the brick truck for her. Man, she gonna be so rich.
This conduct that is happening in these environments and that is still being chosen over other people.
And they're gonna
just
settle.
As qualified, if not more.
That's what I'm thinking about to say. They have no choice but to settle.
That to me is why I'm like, bro, all this stuff is fucked up. And as I say that to the people who are talking about all of this, respectfully, you need to shut up. Because I have a hard time believing, as long as Shannon Sharp was there, as long as Nick Wright and Chris Broussard and all the Wilds and all these other people were there, that you weren't aware of any of these things occurring. You may not have participated, and I can get behind that. You not being aware of it, I have a hard time believing it. Yeah. And so for the fact that this hairdresser has to be the one that outs everyone, to me is crazy. Now, as a sidebar, many other people are sitting there saying, why didn't any other women do it? Why they didn't do it? Because if you read the lawsuit, a lot of those women had to sign FDAs. So that's they literally legally couldn't say anything. But yo, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Until next time, I'll see you all later. Peace.
NDA, they NDA to their mora. To their moras. That makes sense. So, okay. I guess the hairdresser didn't have to sign an NDA? I guess not, eh? Well, guess what? I can tell you one thing for sure. All them damn hairdressers to me. The hairdresser, the eyelash, the makeup, the caterers, the janitors, shit. The dog walkers. Guys that sign NDAs going forward now. Oh boy. But if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know what you guys want to see. Until the next one. Big boys out. Peace.